Necrosmith 2 is a roguelike tower defense game where you construct the undead to do your bidding and take over discs. Yep. It's as cool as it sounds, and I absolutely adore this game. It's a fantastic thing when you just come across these little pieces of wonder when you're just going through Steam. And I think that's one of the really good things about Steam is you can just filter a bunch of stuff and be like, I fancy playing this, add in a bunch of filters and just see what's out there. And this is when you run across stuff like Necrosmith 2. So we're going to do what we always do and start off with the options menu. Now it is a 2D pixel art game, so there's not a lot of settings. There doesn't need to be a lot of settings. The only thing I would like is for some sounds to be split off into different sound volume options, but we'll get more into that later. It's got window mode, Steam Deck mode. I do have a Steam Deck, but I haven't tried this. Resolution options and your language settings, of course. So I would say this is pretty fine. I would like the music options, sound options to be split off a little bit more. But yeah, this pretty standard stuff. I think this is absolutely fine for a 2D pixel game. So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the upgrades first, and then we're going to jump into a game and show how those upgrades can change your game. So as you play through the game, you get two things. You pick up relics and you gain money. And with that money, you can upgrade your tower. And as you can see, there's some things here like this that I have not unlocked yet. So this is it produces harpy body parts every night, and we'll get into more about how that mechanic, the night mechanic, works as we're in game. And then there's spells and stuff like I can summon a cat to collect resources for me. That includes the money. There's also things like a teleporting spell and increases the number of libraries on the map, so some map manipulation there, world manipulation as well. So genuinely, this is the out of game progression along with the relic system. Now if we hit this arrow down here, you will go to the relic system. You start off with one relic slot and you can buy more relic slots up to 4, and then as you go through the game you can slot these relics into your relic slots. And we can have things like here, like undead, a dead restores 1000 HP if a nearby ally dies. That's pretty handy, to be honest. At the moment, I have stuff like plus 100%, 100 HP for every dead on the map. A dead receives a 500 plus maximum HP when close to the tower. I thought that was very good for defensive. And then the controlled dead gain an aura of abundance, allowing you to suck in all the materials around you, resources around you. And those two aspects of the game are the progression, the continuous progression, or the out of game progression as we go. So it's quite nice to see that and have a look at that. And now we're going to jump into the game straight away, and we're going to see how that out of game progression manipulates the game itself. So we have a few different worlds here. You start off with a portal disc. Then you go to the key disc, which I have unlocked, and then the master disc, which I have not. Because one thing I will say is the level of difficulty ramps up significantly, not only when you're playing the game, but also as you go from level to level. And this is our tower. As you can see, we're just going to hit pause here. It's very nice to have a pause button where you can still do things in the game, but it just gives you a moment to stop and breathe and think about stuff when things get a little bit hectic. So, first of all, we have the timer, and we have two timers. We have this timer here, which is when an enemy titan is going to be released. And we'll get onto that in a little bit. And then we have a timer over here, which is your night and day timer. So this night, when it's night time, your enemies are weaker, and you spawn in new body parts, which you can see on the left here, with various numbers of pretty useful filters. So you have what modifiers or a sorting menu for the type of body part you want. I think this is speed over here, this is health, this is shield, attack, that kind of thing. And then you have the individual body part itself. This is going to be very, very useful for when we have a lot of body parts, and we will have a lot of body parts. At daytime, your enemies spawn, and they spawn in to attack your tower and start traveling towards your tower. And at the same time, they will be slightly stronger. So that's something to take note of. We have a few different menus down here, which we'll get onto, and the actual construction panel itself. But I think what's best bet to do right now is unpause the game and start building our undead, because that is what this game is all about. So we're going to pick a head here. As you can see, we've got now our stats from the head. We're going to pick a body, and we'll go for a magician, I think. So we'll pick 2 of these wand. So you can see cracked magic wands there. It's got minuses to speed, and then if we add our legs, which have big speed bonuses, these are the final stats of our undead. So reviving an undead costs mana. There's your mana pool up here, so we can click revive, and then it says what location would you like it to spawn into. One of the good things about this actually is you can make multiples and then spawn them in all at the same time. So if you're arranging an attack, you can organize that, but we'll probably show that a little bit later. So we're going to choose a defensive. I need to hurry up here because we're going to start getting attacked in a minute. So we're going to pick another revive on this one, and now we've got 2 to be released, and I'm going to stay at this location here. So we click release. And now we're going to pause it for a second, because these buttons up here are deciding the behavior of your undead. And I have set both of these to collect resources. Now we're about to be attacked. So what I want to actually do is I want to select this guy from the panel down here, and I want to set him to tower defense. And that's going to change his behavior. It's also going to reorder it on here so they're all grouped, which is very nice. So we're going to then unpause this, and you can see my wizard is going to go out and start collecting things, because that's sort of what he's on, and my other guy is going to sit around the tower and defend. And as almost straight away, you may have noticed why I would like this audio slider split, because the consistent attack sounds is slightly irritating, and you can turn it down, or we will turn it down here in the sound options, but I would like the sound effects to be split from the sort of UI sound. So that's a preference of mine. I think some of the attack sounds are quite irritating. And then when there's a lot of enemies, it doesn't seems to be drowned out quite a bit. But the music in this game is absolutely fantastic, and I do think that the consistent attack noise does spoil it a little bit. So we're going to turn those down and listen to the music, because the music is really good. It's some really fantastic chip tunes. And what we're going to do now is, as I've got to do a little bit of a defense going, I've got a guy going and collecting resources as he enters a different biome here. I'm going to have a look at some spells. So what have I got? I've got the cat, which are all these spells are done from the out of game progression. So you can see we've got the cat. So we're going to press the cat here, and the cat is going to go out and collect loads of resources. At the same time, we swap over to nighttime, and we get a bunch of body parts, some from our out of game progression and some just from the game itself. So the cat is off. It's also seen found a library there. So we are going to make some more undead, I think, because there is an attack on its way. Daytime would have spawned one. We don't know where it is because of the fog of war on the map down here. So what sort of undead do we want? Now, I feel like we need some more defense. That's my instant thinking. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick this head. This gives us an orc skeleton head with a bone mask. It has vampirism in it, which is fantastic. We're also going to pick the orc's body because it's a big tanky body. Some orc skeleton feet because they are big chunky feet. We're starting to get some nice health here. And then we're probably going to go with 2 really big arms. I'll tell you what, we'll go double axe here. Revive, and you can see that we found a portal over here. So as your characters that are exploring the world go near the portals, they will reconstruct them and sort of capture them for you, and they'll be in your list. And you can pick to go with spawn at the portal or spawn at your base. We can click our base, and as you can see, it does a really handy thing here where it shows you exactly where it is, so you can make an informed decision. We're going to release. We have made him the wrong control method, so we're going to go to our defense tower. This big aura here is because I actually have control of the unit right now. This circle here shows that. And this aura is one of the relics I have. So everything in this aura I will automatically pick up. So what we'll do is we'll click play here. Oh, an attack is coming in. So you can see the auto attacking from our guys there. The dude, one of our mates is throwing that giant axe there, collecting lots of our bits and pieces. Absolutely slaughtered that wave of enemies. So no need to worry whatsoever. If we had the cat, we could press that and he would go and collect all these mana orbs. So we could get our mana pool back up. And then we could spawn in some more undead. What I'm going to do is we're going to go up to this guy. We can hover over him and look at their stats here for comparison's sake. And we're going to click him and we're going to control him. As you can see here now with WASD, I can control this minion and say, right, actually, I would like you to go in this direction. Or we haven't explored over here, so we want to go over here. And we're going to control him and we're going to start walking over to this library. At which point, the guy's going to start auto-attacking it. The libraries don't attack back. They just have a small health pool, which we can deal with. And when we've got this library... Oh, he's actually going to try and attack the wave. So we're going to pull him over here a bit so he focuses on the library. You can see here that my pickup radius, because the relic is actually larger than my view range. You can see the view range is 17. So if you want to have a scout character, you might be thinking about a lot of speed on the character, a good pair of legs, and maybe even more vision as well. So sanded bones receive 5% speed due to improved aerodynamics. Fantastic. So we can click pause here, and we can show you the first part of our upgrades during an actual run itself, because you can make upgrades during a run. And that is this middle button here. As you go around the world, you collect gold, which is out of game progression. You collect mana, which is used to summon things. And you have iron. And this iron is used to build more buildings or add-ons. And then also upgrade those add-ons as well. So 5% speed to bones, because we're sanding them down for aerodynamics. That's a fantastic idea, because we want to really try and explore a little bit here to gather as much as possible. So we're going to build this. And as you can see, there's a really nice little pixeled animation comes in. And we've now got a... Let's move your axe out of the way, mate. We've now got an add-on to our towers. Your tower slowly builds and constructs itself with more and more add-ons. So that's really, really cool. It's a nice little visual effect to say, look at you guys expanding your base here. Our cat is up soon. You can see by this bar filling up here. Our cat is nearly up. So we'll be able to do another big resource push here. So what we're going to do is we're going to press play. We're going to let this guy walk around and do his own thing. And I feel like I need to create some more units. So I think I want a ranged unit defending the base here. We've got some guys with bronze, so they've got big armor. Not sure I want armored units that much to be ranged. So I'll tell you what we could do, though, is I wonder if I could use this zombie head. He's got a vision of 19, so slightly more than the skeletons we have out. They have 17 vision. And if we use their body, and then we can make him be ranged with his crossbow there. And then we can shove on a wand, a skeleton wand, and 2 feet. Bits of a mixture of body parts there, but it really doesn't matter because we are a necromancer and we are in control. There we go. Brings 2 skeletons of zombie body parts a night. That's fantastic. Skeletons or body. That's really good. That means every night we're going to be getting more and more body parts to play with. That means our guys who are out exploring and doing what needs to be done have found another blueprint for us. This is absolutely fantastic. So we want to go over here and we want to stay on a defense, because having that ranged, a sort of tank ranged DPS combo is quite nice for base defense. You can see they're not having any problems at all. And we're going to send the cat out to collect us all our money. Off you go, cat. Off you go. So he's doing a fantastic job there, exploring a little bit more of the map for us. What we're going to do is we're going to see who's the fastest out of this lot. This guy here. And we're going to say, go out and start exploring. I've done the wrong one there. Go out and start exploring. You've got fast. You're quite fast. So I do want you to go and explore. While you're exploring, we're going to build another unit. And I'm thinking, let's get some strong muscled arms in there. And 2 legs. This guy's got quite a lot of armor. You can see he's only got 2. This guy's got 11. This guy's got 3. This guy's got 11. His health pool is slightly lower than these guys. So we'll go... you got to remember that I've got buffs to them being inside the range of the tower. So that 1,305 is not exactly right. So we can do... This guy's got 345. We can do... Oh, we're missing a chest. There we go. Loads of health. Revive, release, and control. I really should do that as I'm making them. It's just a little bit easier. And you see he's now got 1,450 health. So that's fantastic. He's also got that vampirism, I think. Yeah, he's got 10 vampirism. So because he's a frontline unit, he's still going to be getting healed up a little bit because of his vampirism. So that's really nice and handy. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with where our tower is right now. We are a little bit low, so we're going to slap out a heal spell there just to make everything okay. We've got quite a few attacks coming in. Right, I tell you what, we are actually going to pause it and see what we can do. So, oh, this is an interesting one. So, straight off the bat, this, yeah, the body parts you get are not just skeletons and zombies and stuff like that, but you also get some really wacky ones, like lizard men with grenades and pole arms and laser beams. So that's a thing, and the actual range of body parts you get is a lot vast. I was going to say vaster, but that's not really a word. Is a lot more vast than you could actually, you actually originally think. You're like, oh, we've got zombies and we've got skeletons, and later on you get harpies, as you've seen from an upgrade tree. There's like lizard men with grenades and armor, and then they have attributes as well, like amphibian allows them to move through water very, very quickly. And we also got another one here, a reduced penalty when moving through deserts, swamps, and snow, because there are different biomes, as you can see here, that give different body parts dependent on what you're collecting inside via the little nodes here. So with the nodes, we have mana, we have iron, we have our little cemetery headstones here, which give us body parts, and there's different buildings as well. So there's altars, bring in mana at nightfall. We have the observatory. I nearly said lavatory then, that's not correct. Removes the fog of war in this area, so we had a nice big zone displayed there as well. You've seen the libraries. That's an enemy base down there that's spawning enemies, and we have down here crypts, bringing several body parts at night as well. So these are really useful. We might want to get this library, if I'm honest, see what upgrades that has in it. Bring two. Oh, also we're gonna grab, as we can afford it, we're gonna grab this to increase our supply of bodies. And you see the little add-on here, which is quite nice. So what are these other tabs then down here? So we've got this one, which we'll get to in a minute, and this one here. So as you go through and construct bodies, you may get a special bodies that make sense to go together. For instance, the bronze armor of this skeleton soldier here. And if you discover these, you discover them by just making them. As you discover them, they receive bonuses. So if I was to check this list, and if I could make anything, which I can make a bastard orc skeleton. So we're going to create this, and because I'm creating this, actually we're going to do a short skeleton, because no, we'll go for the vampirism. Actually, we like this. We're going to go for the bastard orc skeleton. We're going to click create, and it automatically creates it. Look at him with his little stubby legs and his big body. And because we're doing it from the list, because it is a undead we have found, it's going to give us revival cost -10, armor, and vampirism, which is big benefits. So it's really, you saving up body parts for this list is a really good thing. And going and exploring and customizing putting different bodies parts together is a really good way of getting some extra bonuses in here. And it's one of those things like, do I want to use the body part because I've nearly got this sort of like this short orc skeleton and could do with the extra damage here, or there's this orc skeleton barbarian here I really like the look of, and he's really powerful and speedy here, +20 speed. Do I want to be using X, B, and C body parts when I'm so close to getting this beefy unit, and then also, but I'm about to be attacked and I need the extra bodies on screen to defend my base. So there are those like to and fro's about it. Now, the other one we've got is the Titans. At the start of the game, you get 1 slot, but I've got 2, so I can spawn 2 in at a time. And what you can do is you can craft giant undead. So we're going to just do a basic one for now. We're going to pick a head, pick a body part, pick some feet. We're going to just do the first things we've got. And yeah, okay. So this is the first skeleton you will have access to. Everything else from here, like the Master of Flesh Legs, comes after you defeat an enemy skeleton, an enemy Titan, which happens when the timer ticks down. So what we're going to say is we're going to say, I want this Titan here. It's going to give me his stats on the right-hand side and tell me if I have any out on the battlefield right now. And then it's going to ask me for body parts. Fantastic. Right. You know what? I want a Titan. We're just going to spam every single body part we have, and it wasn't enough. Okay. So you can see how many body parts we actually need to summon a Titan. It's a large amount. So 25 out of 35. We're going to hit play and keep playing and see if we can save up for that giant Titan. Now, we've got some zombie head here. What else have we got? Let's see if we can summon a ghoulish ghoul. This is an expensive one, but we do need a bit of defense here. As you can see, we've now got an orc head on a lizard man body with a grenade and a pole arm. So that's an interesting combination. So they're defending the base quite nicely. There's no need to use any spells. There's no need to teleport back to base. Oh, we got a skeleton head with a magic hat. They're nice. We're going to have incoming attacks here. One thing I do want to do is we'll just grab this guy and we'll go left a little bit. As you can see, he's got his spear and his grenade. And we'll see if we can just take out this library for some extra tower add-ons. And this is sort of the flow of the game. It's build up a small army, explore the map, build up your body parts, build up your upgrades throughout the game itself, and then wait for this timer to tick down to see if you can survive. And the first wave is relatively easily. If you've got their Titans will do massive damage, but if you've got a Titan, it's not too bad. Blood-soaked bone parts add 9% health. That's really nice. Okay, so we've got 9. And it's only 5. Fantastic. So what you'll see here is, I believe, so this guy's got 1,650 health. If we build this add-on, oh, another one. All non-magic weapons get +3 damage. That's also really good. You can see here his health has gone up from that upgrade there. So he's becoming quite a tanky boy at 1,704 health. So they're still doing a very nice job defending the tower there. And we go over tonight, we get a bunch of body parts, and you can start to see the flow of the game. So yeah, the enemy Titans, you'll be able to survive the first wave if you've got a Titan up. Not really a problem there. But after the first wave, a second wave of Titans starts to become more problematic. But this is generally how the flow of the game works. You start building your undead, you release them out, you explore the map. My guys are still out there looking around. Oh, this guy's a bit hurt here. We'll throw down a heal spell for him, get him back up to health. And he's also found a mine, which brings us ore every night, which is fantastic. And as you're going through the game, you then have to start thinking to yourself, like, I'm getting attacked quite a lot here, so I need to start going on the offensive. So that's why we have our other control methods of attack layers, you can make some roaming squads of units to attack enemies, and things like this to add like that strategic sort of aspect to the game. And it does flow very, very nicely. The game does have a few issues. Not many at all. But there are a few UI changes that I think would be needed. Oh, we've now got the stuff for our Titan and we've got the mana for it. So we'll sort that out in a minute. So I would like to be able to shift click the guys down the bottom and select multiples. If I had a group of guys and I just said, right, you and you, and then swap it over to attack layer, so they all went and attacked the layer together instead of me going, right, attack you, attack layer, then you attack layer, and then you attack layer. And then what happens is they're out of cadence with each other. The other thing is I would like to be able to do some control groups. If a group of units are in a control group, they move together. It just makes controlling and organizing what I call war bands, which are the groups of enemies to go and attack a layer. I would call it a war band. It would make that more controllable, slightly better, moving together in a group. What you find is if one unit has more speed than another, then they start getting their distance starts getting more and more further and further apart, and then they attack out of cadence. And because the enemy bases can be quite lethal to a standard target, they just get absolutely mullered when they probably would have been fine if they just stuck together. So that is one thing. You could also say, if you construct your undead properly, then you wouldn't have that problem, which is true. But it's just one of those things. A nice little maybe a toggle to say move as a group would be nicer, because sometimes you want a group of big, slow, burly guys with a couple of nimble ranged units as well, which are going to be slightly faster. And if you don't have that control option, it just falls. Your strategy falls apart, when it was actually pretty sound in sort of a standard Trinity style tank healer DPS combo. Right, how are we doing here? Things are starting to get a hand, so we're going to pop some smoke. We're going to use another spell of ours with some acid fog to protect the tower here. The cat is still on cooldown, so let's throw a heal out. And it was a badly placed heal because I missed one of my guys. As well as this, we do have a Titan, so let's revive the Titan. So revive here. Same sort of system here. Says where do you want it to spawn. What we're actually going to do is we're going to spawn it down here. And it's got the same control method. And I'm going to say, go and attack a layer. So you can see here, he's going to a little nuts. I've controlled him. So he's going to kill one of their elites. You can control him like a standard guy as well. And now we're about to show you how powerful a Titan truly is. Because look how fast he mutilates this enemy base here. And now we can start heading to the right, as he's just firing off all sorts of ranged attacks. We can go grab this library very, very quickly. There you go. Instantly dead. There's another one down here. Oh, it's a library of 500. A library of the ancients. There we go. I recently just got an upgrade that allows me to have more libraries on my maps. This is fantastic. Feeding makes your flesh more resilient. Plus 15 for every fleshy body part. That's the first time I've ever got that one. And that is very good. So we're going to let him roam as we go and construct more units here. But this is genuinely how the game goes. This is the cadence of the game. What I want here is this guy. What's the speed of this guy? 92. Yeah, go on walkabout. I get my cat to collect up all the resources. Let's look into building another Titan boy. We're going to go slightly faster feet, big head, lots of health, ranged attack, and this attack is mental. We can see the number of body parts slightly changes depending on what body parts you use to make it. So let's sacrifice all the zombies, because I'm not a fan of zombies really. I'm also not a fan of ogres or cyclopses. And these can all be dumped, I think, as well. Having, let's go for this. There we go. And these grey out nicely when you've filled up your fleshy body parts. The body parts you can't use also grey out, so that's really nice. And we can finish that later. We can click close here, and we can come back to it later on. Let's also just check what upgrades we've got. We've got all body parts cost 1 mana. That's good. Oh. Okay. I probably should have done the lizard swamp, if I'm honest. Should have read that a little bit better. See how our health of our tower is improving as we upgrade it. And our Titan is on the warpath. So what we'll do here is we will go for the next 2 minutes. I'll show you a bit of a Titan fight. and then we will wrap up the video. So what we're going to hit, oh, I want to show you guys a laser weapon. So if we grab disc throwers, do this, actually, we have enough body parts here for one of our big boys. Oh, we don't have grenades because I used them earlier. We don't have armored grenades. We have a normal grenade. Oh, I'll tell you what, we'll just use that. We'll do this. Body, feet. Okay, and you see this guy's quite expensive, but he is very, very powerful. Yeah, these lizard men are my favorite unit I've seen. The lizard men are the fairies. Fairies are quite hard to collect. They take a long time to get all the body parts because they're reasonably rare. But when you get a fairy on the field, it absolutely dominates. And the harpies aren't bad either. So here we go. I tell you what, we might as well just spawn that. I think we've got enough stuff to spawn in the Titans. So yeah, we go easy. 2 Titans. These guys don't know what's hit them. We're going to say defend the base here. And you see there is a cap on the number of units you can actually use. And earlier I was going to say some of the UI things that I don't think are that great. So while we're waiting for the Titan attack, I can get onto that. Which on the map here, you can see the enemy units are all in red. But you can't really see your units. You can see your Titans. And you can see sort of my roaming guys. But I'm partially colorblind. And they're either the same color or a very similar color to the enemy warbands. And I would like that to be a little bit more obvious, a bit of a green maybe, or add some colorblind options into the game to show, to allow me to change the color so I can see it a bit better on the map. But having things on the map a little bit more obvious of what is what. Quite a lot of enemies coming in here. Our cat's not, so we can't collect anything. So that's one thing. I also on the map would like to be able to see all the buildings that I've discovered, so I can then, if I know that I haven't gone and there's several buildings that I haven't got yet, I could click that and then go over there and capture them manually. But also I'll be able to see the buildings I have captured, maybe in like another green color for the ones I've captured, or and then the ones like a gray color. I don't know, but that's something I would actually like is to have that opportunity. So there are some UI elements there that need changing, mainly with the map and the control methods as well. Right, we need to find, because we've got 6 seconds until the attack, so we need to find our matey boy who's off rampaging. Tell you what, we'll leave it. He's just about to kill that. One more attack. There you go. Right, now we'll pause it. It's gone to 0. There's going to be an attack soon, so I want to teleport my matey boy here and move him over into defensive mode. Pause it again, and you can see their enemy Titan has come in. Big boy, big health bar. And normally what I would do is I would move my Titan to attack away from the tower, but I want to show you the power of an enemy Titan, and I'm hoping he doesn't die so quickly. But if you watch my normal guys at the bottom here, you'll see, if my Titans don't demolish him, how inferior our boys are compared to his. You see the amount of damage he's doing there. As he gets closer and closer. Yeah, I am melting him pretty quickly, to be fair. But if he lets off a big attack, you see the guys really don't last very long. So to survive one of these Titan attacks, you really do need Titans of your own. We can pop a heal there. Go get the cat to collect all the bits and pieces. You can see our money is popping up. On a good run, you can make several thousand gold on the first level. I can reach to about level the 3rd Titan attack, and then I die. Now I've got 2 Titan slots. I'll probably be able to get further, but yeah, that's that is Necrosmith 2, and I think it's a fantastic game. It's about £6, just over £6, or your regional equivalent, and a fantastic little game to waste quite a bit of time in. Yeah, I just thought I'd highlight it to you guys. So if you have liked this video, please hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll see you all in the next one.